Humans eat a lot of animals: cows, pigs, chickens, deer, rabbits. But have you ever noticed something strange? The animals we eat rarely eat other animals. Almost all of them are herbivores or omnivores. We almost never dine on pure carnivores. Why is that? There are a few fascinating reasons. The first possible reason is safety. Every animal picks up unwanted substances during its life: parasites, microbes, heavy metals, and other contaminants. When one animal eats another, it also takes in everything that animal had stored inside its body. If that predator eats yet another animal, the nasties accumulate again. So when something eats a long chain of other animals, the concentration of harmful materials can multiply. In theory, eating carnivores could expose us to higher levels of these harmful compounds. We know that certain predator species, like large fish or scavengers, can contain high concentrations of toxins that make them dangerous for humans to eat. But overall, there's no strong evidence that all carnivores pose this kind of risk. The second possible explanation has to do with taste. Carnivores are lean, muscular hunters. Their bodies are built for chasing prey, not lounging around storing fat. Fat gives meat much of its juiciness and flavor, so less fat usually means tougher. Drier meat, something most humans don't find especially delicious. Diet can also influence flavor. What an animal eats affects how it tastes. That's why some people prefer grass-fed beef to grain-fed. Animals that eat mostly meat may build up compounds like urea or other byproducts of decaying flesh, which could make their meat taste unpleasant. There's even some evidence for this. People who have eaten bear meat, for example, often say that bears taste better in the spring when they've been feeding on berries than in the fall when their diet has been mostly fish. Still, taste doesn't explain everything. Many of the fish we enjoy eating, like salmon, tuna, or cod, are themselves carnivores, and they taste great. So bad flavor can't be the universal reason humans avoid eating carnivorous animals. A third explanation involves efficiency. When you feed a cow 10,000 calories of grass, most of that energy keeps the cow alive. Only about 10% becomes body mass, the part we can actually eat. So 10,000 calories of grass yields about 1,000 calories of beef. Now imagine feeding that beef to a tiger. The tiger would only convert about 10% of that into its own body mass, roughly 100 calories of tiger meat. That's a huge energy loss at every step. It's far more efficient to eat the beef ourselves, or better yet, to eat the plants directly. Raising carnivores for meat simply wastes too much energy. This idea also explains one of the few exceptions to the rule: fish. Many of the fish we eat are carnivores. But since humans historically caught fish from wild populations instead of raising them, efficiency didn't matter as much. We weren't spending energy feeding them. The ocean did that for us. Another possible reason humans don't eat carnivores is religion. In Judaism, eating predators is forbidden, and in Islam, animals with fangs or talons, most carnivores are off limits. Religious traditions often begin as practical rules, which then spread through culture over time. It's possible that early people noticed health or safety risks from eating certain predators, and those taboos eventually became religious laws. Of course, all these explanations could be connected. If carnivore meat carried more disease risk, people might have developed a natural disgust for it. The same way we evolved to dislike bitter tastes that often signal toxicity. Over generations, that instinct could have turned into cultural or religious avoidance. In the end, no single explanation perfectly answers the question. The reasons humans avoid eating carnivores may include safety, taste, efficiency, and culture, all layered together. What's clear is that while we're happy to eat cows and chickens, most of us still steer clear of tigers and eagles. And maybe that's for the best, a mystery on our plates. And a story about how our choices are shaped by both nature and history,